Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. You know that Santa's on his way. He's loading lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase from kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, darling. It's not quite Christmas yet. It's getting there. We getting there, but happy holidays. And I think from now on in these reviews, I'm going to try to sing a Christmas song. And just to get into the holiday spirit. Yes, God. Now, the song that I was singing, you can give me the original version or one of the remakes of whatever artist. And I'll give y'all a shout out next week's review. Now, speaking of shouts out, let me give some shout outs from last week's review. I was singing 2 songs in that review, I believe. And give a shout out to my girl Ty Bivens. One song that I was singing was Fooling Around by Changing Faces 1994, darling. She said, take me back to high school. I was like, yes. And also my girl, Miss Shopaholic. Shouts out to you, love. Same thing, Fooling Around. She said that was her jam off their first album. Yes, Changing Faces. Another song that I was singing was 21 Questions, 50 Cent and Nate Dogg. My girl Yellow Bunny, Ty Ortiz, gave me that. Shouts out to you, love. And also Ty Bivens again, 21 Questions, 50 Cent and Nate Dogg. So yes, we up in here like swimwear. Now, Love and Hip Hop New York, let's get straight into it. Where to start off with, child? Let's start off with Remy Ma. She's coming to the studio to see Remy. How can she see herself, Chase? Okay, get it together. Have a sip of your Malibu and your Mountain Dew Whiteout and your orange tangerine peachy mango drink. Dear God in heaven, that's so damn good. Okay. So Remy Ma, she comes over to talk to Mariah Lynn in the studio. And you know, apparently her and Mariah Lynn work in the same studio, and y'all know the stuff Mona try to get us to believe, whatever. So Mariah Lynn doing some song. All Mariah Lynn songs tend to sound alike. She definitely uses a hot beat for her songs. It's very catchy. Like Once Upon a Time, Not Long Ago, you know. So, you know, her beats are very catchy. I'll give her that. And that kind of bumps in the club. And I'm admitting it, and I take it back. Because I did the, hey, I want your money. I want your money. I want your money. I want your money. You know, it definitely, thank God for the beat. That's all I have to say. Because, you know, it distracts you from the lyrics. Because the lyrics are, well, you know, everybody's not Mariah, darling. Everybody's not Babyface, darling. But anyway, so Remy comes to, you know, Mona's paid Remy to come in on Mariah Lynn's session as if they friends or they ever had a conversation. So basically Remy Ma told Mariah Lynn that she want her to stop being a culture vulture, and she want her to stop wearing pink cornrows and cotton candy wigs, and stuffing her bras and putting butt pads in. She wanted to stop and just be herself. She said she wanted her to be like that actress type, real sleek, sexy, you know, Charlize Theron, Meryl Streep inspired. Basically, she wanted her to be what she is, white, and ain't nothing wrong with it. She want her to stop walking around telling people that she's Puerto Rican and things. But you know, she's not going to do that. Remy didn't say all that. You know, I added some mess to that, of course, for giggles. But so Mariah Lynn was just like, oh my gosh, this is mad crazy. Like, I always wanted to be in the studio with you. Self asks me all the time who would I want to work with, and I always say you. You inspire me so much. I love you. You know, your lyrics inspire me and all that kind of stuff. And Remy was just like, aw. Remy didn't give a damn. She did. So anyway, she was just like, yeah, just be you and do you. And, you know, Mariah Lynn, she started to talk about the, you know, kind of online bullying. People always talking about she's so small and this and that. You know, that kind of gets in her head and gets to her. And so she was thinking about having surgery. Remy was just like, look, Mariah, I would never support you getting stuff done because of other people. But if you want to get something done for yourself, then I'm here for it and I'll rock with you. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It. You know, it doesn't matter. So Mariah Lynn was just like, yeah, I understand. Let's just stop all the online bullying, period. Can we just stop that? Because it's serious. And people really need to stop online bullying people. It's absolutely terrible. Just let these people, you know, do their thing and live their life, yeah. I mean, my God, you can have an opinion. We all have opinions. I mean, this is what I do on YouTube all day, is give my opinions and read and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I don't, at least I don't think so. I don't bully people. I don't do none of that, excuse me, because I've had it done to me for years and years, darling, in school, in grade school. So, you know, let's just all have compassion for one another and check on one another and just stop with the foolishness. If you don't like a person, if you genuinely hate a person, you ain't got to comment on it. You ain't got to see them. You ain't got. What's your opinion? I ain't got no opinion. You know, wish them the best, but ain't my cup of tea. Move on. You know, don't sit there and torment a person. I don't understand people like that. But anyway, so she was just like, yeah, I understand, yada yada. Okay, so moving on from that scene, Papoose, he had a scene with Jacquees, who's my new favorite person on the show. Jacquees, because he threw Sophia plastic booty out. And so Jacquees was talking to Pap. Jacquees explained to Pap what had happened recently, how he had to throw Sophia the body out because she accepted canines and felines from another mine, which just so happened to be that tired ass James R. And so he was just like, man, I mean, like, maybe you overreacted a little bit. Did you investigate and see what was going on? He was like, yeah, I did some investigation, but it wasn't much investigation that needed to be had, Pap, because she accepted this dog from this mine that she knows and he knows, everybody knows that he wants to get with her. But she still accepted this gift from that mine. And that's just, you know, fueling his power. That's his plan. It's to get you to accept gifts. You're going to eventually warm up to him. Oh, this is a cool guy. This is a good guy. Yada to yada. Then he going to have you. And before you know, you in his bed, which is his goal. And you were supposed to be retiring from being a video model anyway. But, you know, she's still in the business. He wanted her in particular. And I'm sure James R. knew that she was with she was with somebody. Get it fixed to Jesus. That she was with somebody, but he didn't care. Like, you know, most men don't. And some trifling women don't. So, you know, the fact that you still took the gift was disrespectful, Sophie, beloved. I don't know how you don't get that or whatever. So Pap, you know, he started to get on his issue. He was just like, yeah, we're just trying this vitro thing. And, you know, it's just really hard. It's definitely a tough situation to be in with that. And she just, you know, he was just like, look, I mean, you know, I got to get this doctor, yada to the yada, but I mean, I don't know, it's not looking too hot, and they just wish each other the best, darling. Okay, moving on from that scene, so we have Annalise and we have Rich Doulas, and I still have to listen to Annalise music. I still have to. I've had the time, but Pap and Rich Dollars, they in the car talking, and they're just talking about their situation. And then Annalise, she brings up her husband, and that whole situation, and Rich Dollars basically told her, look, we both grown, that's your issue, I'm not married. Yeah, I slept with you, yeah, I did what I had to do, I did what I wanted to do at the time, but you're the one that's married. Your issue is not my issue. So there's something that you're gonna have to explain to your husband. And I was just like, wow. And Rich was just like, you know what? And then Elise was just like, well, if the time come, is you gon' accept me as your woman? If he ready to beat your ass, is you ready to accept me as your woman in front of his face? She does this a lot. And Rich was just like, yeah, I am. When the time comes, we both adults, whatever. So, and then at least, if you just want to go out there and be thotty, why don't you just leave this man? Is it because you just stand for the kids? Child, please get your life. Them children gonna be all right. Oh God, that's so good. The God in heaven. So anyway, so they had that scene, and I'm just like, yeah, Rich is not a fighter, Annalise, so I don't know what you thought you got with, but no, he can talk himself out of a fight, but he's not gonna fight nobody. And if your husband and all his Puerto Rican friends come after Rich Dollars, it's a wrap. They're gonna take all his needles and okay, and use them on him, child. They're gonna be sticking them in the neck and the eye and the toe. They're gonna torture that man, child. So we have Annalise. She's with Navarro in the car. Navarro is her manager. And that's his artist, Annalise. And so they're talking, and apparently Ashley and her sister Aisha. Ashley is Navarro's girlfriend or fiance, one of them. But they're all a part of this business or whatever that they're doing, and Annalise is the artist, and basically Ashley has been dropping the ball. And Annalise is just like, well, you need to check that because we all family, and you need to check that basically. And Navarro was just like, I don't know why Ashley is dropping the ball, but we're gonna check on it. We're gonna, hopefully work everything out. My God. So let's see. After that, we have Sophie and Jacques. Sophie and Jacques, they meet up and have a conversation out in the middle of the street. And she basically said to Jacques that, look, I'm sorry for everything that I did, but you owe me an apology too for overreacting. And I'm just like, well, Sophie, nobody. How does that work, beloved? How does that do you not see the disrespect in the situation? Who raised these people? Like, it just really, when these kind of situations come up, I just be like, is there just no common sense at all available? And she just saw no problem with taking the dog from the man that wants to sleep with her. She just saw, and she in a relationship, she just saw no problem with it. Once you start taking stuff from a man, if you don't pay them back right then in some kind of way with money or cigarettes or whatever the transaction is, they gonna want it. They gonna want something else from you, and you already know what that thing is. So why would you even accept it? Whatever, because she want him. Because she's a thotty. That's what she is. And Jacques, he was just like, you know what? I pretty much peeped your game. She's just looking for a come up, basically. And I'm like, yeah, that's what she's looking for. And she was gonna stand on your back to get it. Jacques is the new guy in town or whatever, and she's looking for her next come up. Folks like her come a dime a dozen. I mean, it's so obvious what she's trying to do, child. No real raw talent of her own self. So she got to do what she got to do to make it to that top ladder, So, which is selling that thing most of the time. So Jacques peeped her game and she left, and it was recently his birthday. He said thanks, happy birthday. She got him a gift and he didn't want it. He was like, child, she probably got it from some man. I'm just like, yeah, I probably did. Cause she is still getting paid from the video she did. Y'all tell me in the comments also, name at least 1 or 2 videos that Sophie the Body have been in, because she don't look familiar to me. But I'm not, the video vixen savvy type of person. The only video vixen I know is those girls who have been on reality shows and then we found out they done been in videos, like Melissa Ford, or who else? Who else done did videos, child, in the past? Who else? Fancy from Jamie Foxx show. Keep it on the down low, down, with R. Kelly and Ron Isley. Nobody has to know. When Ron Isley beat the heck out of her and R. Kelly and Luther. Excuse me, miss, what's your name? Where are you from? And can I come? Impossibly, can I take you out tonight? Come on, y'all. To the movies, to the park. I'll have you home before it's dark. So let me know. Can I take you out tonight? Yes. Rest in peace, Luther. One of the greatest. Okay, so yeah, so they had this scene that Jacquees basically read her again. And she couldn't take it. She got back in her car. She thought he was stupid. And I'm glad he clocked her. So, Jacquees went over to talk to DJ Self, Snoop, and Rich Dollars. And so they had a scene, and he was basically, Jacquees was explaining everything. And one thing I thought was stupid what DJ Self said. After Jacquees explained the whole situation and how she tried to give him a gift, DJ Self gonna say, well, you didn't take the gift, it was your birthday. No, fool. You way older than Jacquees. And these dudes, I can't with these old Panthers on the show. That's what they do anyway. They just scheme and scam women and put hopes and dreams into their soul and try to think they're gonna make them a star, and they don't go nowhere but, from Manhattan to Brooklyn to the Bronx, to Long Island and Staten Island them and New Jersey, and come on back to the Love and Hip Hop campus, chat. I don't know. So what else happened after that? So they're talking, and basically only what I saw from that was that Snoop is for the right thing and Jacquees is for the right thing, but DJ Self and Rich is for that mess, for that BS, and anybody got time for that. Okay, so moving on from that, Mariah Lynn, so she decided to go and have a boob job. She just couldn't help herself, child. She decided to go and have a boob job. She was just like, you know what, I'm going to the best doctor, Miami. And her biggest question, Mariah Lynn's main concern, was how long is it going to take before she could get her nipples licked again. Classy base. Who raised these folks? I'm telling you, I don't know. So Mariah Lynn basically went under the knife to get a boob job. So hopefully she's fine. So Sophia the Body came knocking on the door, knocking on James R. door, because when nobody else opened the door for her. So she came knocking on the door. Poppy, I need help. James R. the dog is sick. James R. come opening the door, and then here comes Sophie come in. Apparently the little dog, he got her and ate a penny. And she gonna say, I have to go to the dog's daddy, which is James R. And I'm just like, you... Oh, Lord. So he was just like, you know what, baby, I got you. And she was like, this is just such a bad day. Jacquees put me out. He talking about, what? Jacquees put you out. She was like, yeah, Jacquees put me out. And I just can't, take it. It's just a lot that's going on. He was just like, no worry, baby. James R to the rescue. James R gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you and the dog. And she just gonna be chatting up with James R now. So I mean, that's what folks do. That's what they do these days. So it's just like, okay, well, you over there with the person you wanted to be with, yeah. Well, good luck to you, Sophie. Okay, so let's see. So after that, Navarro, they're honoring Navarro for something. Some kind of something he's doing. Fetty Wap showed up, grinning. And then Fetty Wap was here, and then Fetty Wap left. So like I said earlier, Navarro, Ashley, and her sister Aisha, they all work in this business or whatever together. I think it's Navarro's business, and Annalise is the artist of said business. So Navarro's talking to people, and then we have Rich Dollars. He came to support, and Annalise, she came to support with this horrible blonde hair on. And they're talking and have a conversation, and she was just like, "Stop, Rich, stop." I need to stop, Rich. So Rich ended up telling Navarro that he basically had been sleeping with Annalise. He didn't get the chance to tell him. So Navarro, I can tell he's a little irritated, but he just let it go. These guys in this little bro code thing. So he's cool with it or whatever, but he don't seem like a real belligerent type of guy anyway, Navarro. I think he's likable. I like him. And so they're talking back and forth, and then Aisha, she shows up to talk to Navarro, and Annalise walked off because it was originally Annalise, Navarro, and Aisha, but Aisha said to Annalise as soon as she walked up, "Hey, how many drinks have you been having?" See, I would have just popped. I wouldn't have had nothing to say. How many drinks? None yet. Wow, that damn quick. But Annalise, she's a classy based woman. She had on her Marilyn Monroe wig, so God bless her. So she walked off, but she was still listening to the conversation. And basically, Aisha said that she wanted Ashley, her sister, Navarro's girlfriend, fired. I was just like, ooh, this kind of cold blooded, sis. But and Aisha and her sister look just alike. They could pass for twins, except for one's taller. Ashley's taller, I think. So she was just like, yeah, Ashley needs to get fired. She's not doing what she's supposed to do. So then Ashley comes out of the building, and then Annalise walked over, and she was just like, "Oh, hey, Ashley, did you hear what your man and what your sister said?" And Ashley was just like, "No, what happened?" And Annalise was just like, "Well, your sister and your man both agreed that you need to be fired." And she was just like, "What, are you serious?" And they was going back and forth, and Ashley got upset. She was just like, and I agree with Ashley. Ashley was like, "Well, if I was doing a bad job at my job, why didn't you just tell me?" But they didn't. And then Ashley ended up walking away because she got upset naturally. And then Aisha gonna say, "Navarro, you need to fix this. Until you fix this, we can't work together." I'm just like, really, Aisha? You the one that came over to Navarro and told him that he needs to fire Ashley, your own sister. I mean, if your sister ain't doing her job, I mean, I get it. Business is business. But you should have had the opportunity to at least tell your sister and be like, "Hey, sis, some things aren't working out. You need to do better." Don't just, that was just kind of shady. But Ashley's probably looking for Aisha, is probably looking for a come up. She see her sisters on the show. She's just like, "Let me get up on the show." I wouldn't be surprised if Aisha tried to sleep with Navarro. Ain't that what they do on these shows? I wouldn't be surprised, child. So the last scene after that was Remy and Pal. They're talking, and it kind of gets a little heated. Pal, he was supposed to find the doctor to do the in vitro or whatever. And, Remy's been doing this and doing that. And Pap was just like, you know what? Pap said something. I love Papoose. Pap said something that I completely agree with. And he basically said that he wants the child more than Remy wants the child. Don't beat me up. That's just how I feel. I'm just one person with a scarf on and puffballs and glasses from Spartanburg, South Carolina. But that's just what I feel. And he was just like, you know what? Let's just be honest. There's really only one of us that really, want this like that. And you could tell Remy got offended because he was just like, you know what? At first you didn't want a child in jail. She was like, sure didn't. And then he was like, then you said after we got married, you was gonna give me my baby. She was like, sure did. And then he was just like, well, after that, it was just like, okay, well, let me drop my album. Let me open up this store. Let me win this award. Let me do this. Let me do that. And he has supported her the entire time. But, a part of me is just like, maybe Remy is exhausted. It's, it's depressing, I'm sure, trying to get pregnant and can't get pregnant. Or getting pregnant and not being able to hold the baby the entire 9 months. That's hard for a woman to go through. And that's something that men will never understand. So I'm kind of, on both sides when it comes to that situation. But, the fact that Pap didn't get the doctor or whatever, and Remy's upset, but I don't know. I just think it's just a two-way street. I think they both have their issues, and they're both just honestly nervous and scared. God forbid the same issue happens again. That's depressing. At some point, you just get tired. Your body gets tired, and physically you're tired, and emotionally and mentally you're tired of keep trying to do something or trying to make this miracle of a baby happen, and it's never happening. That gets old after a while. So I definitely understand where Remy's coming from, but I just I'm feeling Pap right now. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments how y'all feel about the whole situation. I think that Remy is a little selfish, a little bit, but I do understand. Like I said, I'm a Libra. I see all sides. She has been in jail, incarcerated for a long time. She didn't really get to do anything on her own before she went to jail. And now she's finally, making some moves and doing things. And she wants to basically play catch up, basically. But in the meantime, everybody else wants to just move on and do other things, because that whole entire time that Remy was in jail, Pap didn't put out no music. He was just basically, supporting her and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if Pap, was messing around with anybody else. I'm gonna say he wasn't, but I mean, she was in there for 8 years, so I'm sure, somebody gave him a little, every once in a while. Who knows what she was doing up in there? Y'all messy. Y'all not gonna get me banned and things. But I do collectively like them as a couple, and hashtag Black Love and all that good stuff. But yeah, they just need to get it together. But I'm just saying, Pap is a good man, Remy. Yeah, and there's women lined up to get him, like Kaya. But that's it. I'm Mr. Chalake. Mr. Chalake on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter, at ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, and Chase King was here on Facebook. Like, comment, subscribe. All my social media moments will always be in the bottom bar below, the little show more tab, and you'll see all my stuff. Add me, be my friend. We can talk, we can chat. I'll accept you. Follow me, all the good stuff. Follow each other, whatever. It's a moment. It's a family. We're family. I love you much. Bye bye.